And now for a Next News special report.
In a stunning blow to California's once thriving economy, the beloved Rubio's Coastal Grill has shuttered 48 locations, leaving thousands jobless and communities reeling. The reason? Governor Gavin Newsom's disastrous fast food law that has pushed businesses to the brink. As the Golden State grapples with the fallout, one thing becomes crystal clear. Newsom's vision for America is a path to economic ruin. Stay tuned for our full report on this shocking development. Now, folks, before we dive into this heart-wrenching story of Rubio's Coastal Grill, let me share something that's been on my mind. Just like Rubio's facing skyrocketing costs, many of us are grappling with rising AC bills. That's why I've found my way to slash AC bills with this magical little device. This mini AC unit can make any room icy cold in minutes, and it's a potential lifesaver during deadly heat waves. Make yourself as happy and cool as I am this summer by visiting EasySummerCool.com for up to 60% off today with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and fast USA shipping. Now, in a devastating blow to California's economy and the livelihoods of countless workers, Rubio's Coastal Grill has abruptly closed 48 locations across the state. The beloved Mexican food chain, famous for its fish tacos and once a thriving part of California's culinary landscape, has fallen victim to Governor Gavin Newsom's ill-conceived fast food law, which mandates a crippling $22 an hour minimum wage for fast food workers. Now, the closures have left thousands of Rubio's employees jobless, their futures uncertain as they navigate the aftermath of Newsom's business-busting policies. Communities across California are reeling from the loss of these vital sources of employment and gathering places where families and friends once came together to enjoy a taste of the state's vibrant food culture. Let's take a look at a local report on this.
Rubio's here on Grand Avenue in Pacific Beach is one of the locations that closed. Experts say there are a lot of contributing factors, including inflation and wage increases.
I'm bummed that they're closing. I go there at least once a week.
Customers were shocked and saddened when Rubio's announced the closure of 48 locations, including 13 in San Diego. But to experts in the field, the news wasn't all that surprising.
This is a tough environment right now for restaurants. We'll probably continue to see more of that.
Jonathan Mays is the editor-in-chief for Restaurant Business. Rubio's announcement comes just over a week after Red Lobster shut down dozens of its restaurants, including the one in Mira Mesa. The company cited financial and operational challenges and filed for bankruptcy shortly after. Meanwhile, in a statement, Rubio said its closings were brought about by the rising cost of doing business in California. This after the company filed for bankruptcy in 2020.
Essentially, we're in a cutback environment, meaning that people this year are eating out less than they did last year. And a lot of that is due to inflation.
Mays says inflation has also forced restaurants to raise prices, giving customers even less incentive to eat out. Rubio's and Red Lobster are part of a growing list of national chains announcing closures. In California, there's the added challenge of a minimum wage increase, which went from $16 an hour to $20.
Well, it's not just a wage increase, it's the speed of it. So it went up 25% basically overnight. Now, restaurants had months to prepare, but that's only months to prepare. The effect of this is pretty significant.
Plus, restaurants are still struggling with pandemic-related losses and trying to compete in an overly saturated industry.
The segment is just bloated. There's just too many restaurants out there competing.
University of San Diego School of Business Economics professor Alan Jin says the hardest hit restaurants appear to be those in what economists refer to as the stuck-in-the-middle category.
You have the low-end fast food, and then you have higher-end restaurants, and maybe those have held up better, while those in between don't distinguish themselves one way or the other. They target a middle ground. As a result of that, with changing tastes, they don't satisfy anybody.
But not all closures are finance-based. Sammy's in Mission Valley just closed after nearly 30 years in business. The owner told CBS 8 despite their desire to stay, the landlord did not offer them a new lease. Shanna Handy, CBS 8.
While Rubio's has faced financial challenges in the past, the company's decision to shutter so many locations at once is a direct result of the hostile business climate created by California's progressive policies. The fast food law signed by Governor Newsom has placed an unbearable burden on restaurants already struggling to stay afloat amidst rising costs in a challenging economic landscape. The consequences of the law extend far beyond Rubio and the fast food industry. Small businesses across the state are feeling the pressure to raise wages to compete for minimum wage workers, leading to layoffs, increased automation, and higher prices for consumers. The National Federation of Independent Businesses California warns that the state's role in these closures cannot be ignored, as underperforming franchises are forced to cut their doors due to unsustainable labor costs. Now, Rubio's story is a tragic example of the real-world impact of Newsom's misguided policies. The chain, which celebrated its 40th anniversary just last year, was founded by Ralph Rubio, who fell in love with fish tacos during a trip to Baja California. From a single location in San Diego, Rubio's grew into a beloved fixture of California's food scene, embodying the entrepreneurial spirit and cultural richness that once defined the Golden State. Now, as Rubio's locations disappear from communities across California, we're left to wonder what will become of the countless other businesses teetering on the edge of collapse under the weight of Newsom's agenda. The governor's vision for America, one shared by President Biden and progressive lawmakers across the country, threatens to undermine the very foundation of our economy and the dreams of hardworking Americans. So as we witness the crumbling of California's once thriving business landscape, it's crucial that we recognize the broader implications of these destructive policies. Newsom's fast food law is just one example of the Bidenomics approach that prioritizes ideological pursuits over the well-being of American workers and businesses. If left unchecked, this vision will lead our nation down a path of economic ruin, leaving countless more jobless and struggling to make ends meet. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. The closure of Rubio's coastal grill locations across California is a reminder of the real-world consequences of misguided progressive policies. As we witness the unraveling of the once golden state under Gavin Newsom's leadership, we must recognize that this is not an isolated incident, but a harbinger of what awaits our nation if we continue down the path of Bidenomics. The American dream is under attack, and it's up to us to fight back.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.